This idyllic seaside village is renowned for its overpriced properties and arguably the longest history of second home ownership in Cornwall. And with the average house price over £1.5 million and hotel rooms costing £125 a night, I want to know, is it possible to stay here in my camper van for free? And as it's now midsummer, the hardest part will be finding somewhere to park for the night. Okay, I've just driven the whole car park and there's not one space available. So Mos, you are busy.
Now that you've found your paradise, this is your kingdom to command. You can go outside and polish your car, or sit by the fire in your Shangri-La.
Paying display car park is £3 to non-members. So this is St Mos Castle, and to be honest, car park closes 5 PM. Thank you. Ah, okay. Well, that answers that question, doesn't it? I was thinking I could just pay and stay here, but obviously not. Right. Well, I'm gonna try that other spot around the corner and go from there.
Gone are the days when you dreamed of that car. You just want to sit in your Shangri-La.
It looks like this is just a overflow car park for the castle. No overnight parking, it says. Brilliant. Okay. So that's this one out of the question.
Sit back in your old rocking chair. You need not worry, you need not care. You can't go anywhere.
This looks like a good spot as any.
Shangri-La.
So looking at it, there's no signs here saying that you can't park here for a period of time. There's a car just down there as well, so I'm not feeling like I need to move or anything. But that doesn't mean that I shouldn't move later. I'll play it by ear and just see what happens. But this is where you want to be with this view. I'm actually really excited about staying in this van tonight. And the reason why I'm really excited about staying in this van tonight is simply because, one, it feels like old times in here, and two, there's something a little bit more that feels like camping when you're in a sort of more confined space. And just being in here, it gives off the same vibes as being in my last Vauxhall Vivaro. It's just a lot cleaner and there's less stuff on the walls. It does feel a little bit clinical in here. I might need to put some like personal touches in a few places. Now, I have 2 cushions in here now. These are literally going to be used as my pillow for tonight. I'm going to either pull the bed out or just sleep in single form. I'll probably pull the bed out because, you know, I've got it, so I might as well. So as for what's in the van, as I don't have a fridge yet, which will be eventually going on here, I am using a cool bag. It's like a backpack. I've had it for years, just barely used it. Camera gear's under there. I've got my sleeping bag and just some clothes and things, and then the toilet's all stocked up ready to go. In the cupboard, just got a few cooking things like my cooktop, a kettle, a Yeti cup, things like that, plates and things. I think it would be rude not to go for a little dip in the sea. Well, I say little dip, I'm gonna put my feet in because I didn't bring a wetsuit or anything, and I'm not going in that freezing cold water without a wetsuit on. It's very peaceful down here. And I wouldn't say that my van stands out like a sore thumb either. I think it's just fine. That is a spider crab shell So that's what they look like inside. I mean, to be fair, I'm glad I haven't decided to go for a swim in this, because it is absolutely murky as anything. And there's a bit of a smell as well, so we all know the problems that we're having at the moment with our water. Southwest Water, literally sort your shit out. Yeah, I wouldn't want to swim in this. I don't even really want to have my feet in it. Imagine like owning one of these like multi-million-pound houses up here and being like, I've decided to buy a property in St Maur's right on the beach so that I can get up in the mornings, come down, go for a nice swim. That could be like your morning ritual, and then all of a sudden you're scared to go in the water because you don't know what disease you're going to pick up. It's just really, really not good enough. Anyway, I'm going to stop complaining now, and it is currently lunchtime, so, well, it's not, it's 3 o'clock, but I've decided I'm going to eat out tonight. I'm going to go down to one of the pubs in the village here, eat there. But for now, I'm just going to cook myself a ham and cheese toastie. I haven't got a window, so I'm going to be cooking with the door open just so that I don't like gas myself out in here. As today's trip is just like old times, I'm going to be using my Ridge Monkey that I've barely used since the last Vivaro. I have kind of cheated. Aldi do these ham and cheese toasties that you can literally just buy pre-made. So I think it's going to fit perfectly in the Ridge Monkey. Look at that. And then close the lid, balance that on there so it doesn't fall off. Oh. Oh, might have burnt it a little bit. That side's fine. That side's burnt. I think it's a great little bit of kit. I've had it for, well, years now. Very, very rarely use it now. But if you're interested in getting one, you've probably seen them on other channels because a lot of people use them, but I will link it below. The non-alcoholic beverage of, well, I'd say this evening, but like I said, it's still only 3 o'clock in the afternoon, is this strawberry and lime cider. It's 0%, and it's also from Aldi. And it's not bad. I'm going to sit here, enjoy this burnt toastie I've made, and enjoy that view. So, the thing that I just absolutely find outstanding, and also is quite the accomplishment, that 5 weeks ago this was a builder's van, and now I'm able to come out and stay in it without... Oh no! Okay, this has now got sand in it because I walked on the beach, didn't I? And now sand. Anyway, I worked so hard to get this done in such a short period of time, and I'm really happy with the finish of it. And it just goes to show that I didn't dedicate a lot of time to this. It was literally just evenings and when I had a spare few hours on the weekend, and that was it. And it's surprising just how much you can get done. And because I was obviously doing it during the summer, it just in the UK, for anyone that isn't from the UK, in the summer it doesn't get dark until 10 o'clock at night, so that gives you a lot of hours just to get on with it. One of the things that I've come to the conclusion of is that if I ever do another van, I'd probably quite like a workshop or something, just somewhere that I can do it inside, because you're very weather permitting, and this is the second van now that I've done. Actually, no, it's the fourth van that I've done up outside in all the elements, and it just means that if there's ever anything that you need to do on the outside of the van, or anything where you need to be cutting up wood and you need to be outside to do that, if you've got a day of rain, it pretty much just it stops you in your tracks, and you can't progress to the next job until you get that done. So for me, next time I'd like a workshop, but I'm not paying commercial prices. It's so expensive and there's such long contracts. So if you are local to Cornwall and you know any like farmers or anything that have like a barn that they want to sort of rent out to me, then let me know. I love sitting here and having people walk past. And I know what you're probably thinking, Sean, it's not very stealth when you sit here with the doors open enjoying the view and people are walking past, but I'm not worried about these people walking past. The thing I'm worried about is the people in the houses clocking on that this isn't a builder's van and there is actually somebody staying in here. I would like to do a little bit of exploring of St Mawes though. I'm going to say on foot, but it's not going to be on foot because I've got my bike with me. And I know what you're thinking, Sean, where could your bike be in this tiny little confined space? Well, there it is. It is actually it is tied down, so it's not like it's going to fly forward or anything. I also bought a high-vis vest. My thoughts behind the high-vis vest was that to make it look a bit more like a builder's van, I could just like chuck it on the dashboard just to sort of sell that worker kind of, I don't know. But I've heard people do it and I think it's a good idea. But also it kind of doubles up for if I want to take my bike out at night time, I will be seen when I'm on the road. I bought my helmet this time. So I'm gonna go scope out somewhere to eat tonight. There's a few pubs around here, so I'm thinking that I might just pop into a few of them, because I wasn't planning on being hungry at sort of 4 o'clock, but as my toastie ended up on the floor, I might need to eat a little bit earlier.
Feels like a day. I might escape soon.
How's it going, alright?
Welcome to the Rising Sun.
I know.
What can I get for you?
I'll have a Moretti, please. I might pop in for some food later. Do I need to?
Yeah?
Yeah, I will then.
Tend to be fully booked most evenings.
Oh, really?
No one's on me.
Okay. Really? Oh, thanks, mate.
Baby, you know it's all wrong. So late, so falling.
So I've just popped down to the local pub here. It's called the Rising Sun, and I didn't actually realise until I actually got in there that I know the manager. It's a St Austell Brewery pub. I used to work for them, so you just end up knowing people. But I've booked a table for 6 o'clock. It is in the school holidays now, so they are busy, but he did say it is advisable to book anyway. So if you are going to come down here, then obviously you might need to either phone them up and book a table if you do want to eat in there. But 6 o'clock, so I've got about an hour just to chill, and then I'm going to head over there and have some food.
Hello, ever so sorry. Could you just help me with a piece of information?
Yeah.
I've hired one of these.
Yeah.
How do you get the bonnet undone?
How'd you get there?
Bonnet up.
Oh, I'll show you. Really easy. So that was a little bit random. Just had a little knock on the door, and this guy wanted to ask me something. And all it was, he just wanted to know how to get the bonnet up. Maybe he just wanted to have a good look inside my van. Who knows? Right. Well, let's go get some dinner. When I woke up this morning, we pretty much just had rain, and I thought this is going to be a complete washout today, but it's alright now. Expensive house, expensive house. This one over here has got like a thatch on the top of it as well. Absolutely lovely dinner. There's not many places where you can go and you can order nibbles and then a main and be in and out within an hour. Food service was really quick, so it's now 7 o'clock in the evening. I've got a lot of time to kill, so I'm thinking I'm going to head back to the van and then head down to the beach to just watch the sun go down, chill out for a bit. There's so many cars here now, including another van behind me. I'm going to blend in really well. Before I head down to the beach to chill out for the night, I figured I should probably get the bed ready, shouldn't I? Tonight I'm not going with any sort of fancy bedding. I'm literally going to use my sleeping bag, pull the bed out, get the dunny out, stick it in the corner just in case I need a wee in the night, and then just head down. I reckon there will do just fine. So straight away, pros and cons of a big van versus a small van. Pros of a big van are obviously, you know, you've got a fixed bed. You don't have to do this every night that you want to sleep. But the benefit of having a small van like this is you can pretty much park anywhere. I brought my iPad, so I've got something to watch YouTube on, or a movie or something. I'll be able to use my new little charger. Beautiful. And there it is. The van is all set up, ready for the night. I've put that lamp in the corner just so that when I do turn these lights off, it gives me a bit of mood lighting so it's not too dark. Even though I've got my sleeping bag, I'll probably just open it out and just use it as a duvet, because I mean, I've got a feeling I'm going to get really hot with that on there. Okay, so my plan to sit down on the beach and watch the sun go down has gone away with the tide, literally. We've got a little bit of beach here, but I don't really fancy just sort of sitting here, because ultimately the tide could come in at any moment. My only way out is over there or right down that end. So I'm thinking this isn't going to be a great idea. At least the water looks, I don't know what that beeping is, it keeps going on. I think I'm going to wait for sundown and then I'll come down here for a little wander and just see what it's like then. I took my shoes and socks off when I got in the van earlier, and I've just not put them back on, because who needs shoes and socks, right? When you're at the beach, technically. What an absolutely beautiful place to be. There's still quite a bit of activity, you know, there's still quite a few people over here. Gotta make this legit, haven't I? Just chuck it up there like that, see? And now the van looks more like a builder's van. You can see the light coming through those curtains at the top. So I might need to do something about that because that's not very stealth. But hey, here I am. There's my van ready for the night. It's currently 9:45 now. Like I said, it's still daylight technically. 9:45. I'm gonna head to bed. Good night.
He was going to turn up at 3:30, but then he said his other job couldn't be moved, so can he come later?
Good morning, and as always, as I'm about to leave, the sun comes out. I've got to be honest, I actually really enjoyed last night. It's just nice to be out in a sort of smaller van, a confined space. It makes it feel more like camping. As much as I love my transit and I love having the space and I love having almost like my own sort of man cave on wheels, it still can't replace that whole feeling of just being your small van, just out on the road. That's really hot. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is summer at the moment, so you know, staying in a confined space like this isn't too big a deal because you can just do what I'm doing now, you can sit outside. But when it's winter and it's raining and you're sort of confined to that small space, it can start to feel very small very quickly. Right, well that was a very pleasant stealth camp. Thank you so much for coming along with me on this little adventure. Also, thank you to everyone who supported the channel through buying me a beer through the link in the description and all of my Patreons. You're all absolute legends, and I'll see you next week. Might be in the transit next week, or might be in this one. Not decided yet. I'll see you then. Cheers!